everybody. This is Robyn Leslie with onlytheinspired.com doing another amazing interview with Miss Evelyn Tejada. Don't look at her name on the little Zoom video. So I am very excited about this conversation. It's one that everybody needs to pay attention to, finances. And so, Miss Evelyn, in a couple minutes, describe who you are and how you help people.
Well, hello, everybody. Evelyn Tejada, like Robyn was saying, I am actually a financial services broker, if you want to call it that. I distribute all kinds of products really to help people earn more income, which we all can use some of, but also making sure they get properly protected. I also help people make sure they get out of debt and that they learn the steps they need so that they retire financially free or financially independent. And I do that, you know, through a couple of different ways. Basically, I have all my securities licenses or my life insurance licenses or insurance licenses, I should say, just to help families do that and learn how to make sure that what they have is what they really need and protect them and show them a way so that they can be empowered themselves to make the right decisions moving forward.
Awesome. So how did you get started in that business? Was it one thing that happened, or was it a series of events that got you to go, okay, I need to do something different?
It's really crazy. You know, I think it was more an evolution than anything. I came to this country, obviously with my accent, you know, I'm not from here, came with the intention of going to school and going back home. But I love the freedom that we have over here, and long story short, ended up staying. But a year later, graduated from college as a pharmacist, and you know, graduated, started working, then started a family, and then I realized that some of the pleasures I had seen growing up back home, I was missing out over here. And my family back there was business owners, and here I was an employee, glorified one sort of speak, because I did make the six figures, but I was still an employee, you know, and so you don't have control of your life. I mean, even today, you see all these people, they didn't do anything, you know, wrong. You know, they thought the path that they were thought was the right thing to do, you know, go to school, get good grades, and land in a job. And, you know, out of no fault of their own, they lost all they had. You know, some people are not coming back to work out of all of this that we've just had, you know, and so I saw myself wanting to be there for my kids, you know, as I was growing up, and I couldn't. I was stuck at CVS. And so I started to look for ways to get out, and this opportunity landed on my lap. I thought of playing in the real estate arena, started doing a little bit of that, and then, you know, the market crashed, of course, back in 07 and 08, and everybody remembers that. And I got burned really bad, and so I went back to CVS, and then I said, no, I gotta find a way out, and I need a mentor, sort of speak. And so I said, I'm not gonna just play in the real estate arena as an investor. I'm gonna find myself a broker and become a realtor through them, and get that mentorship kind of deal going and start to learn so that I wouldn't get as burned again, you know, for when things happen, because this is the cyclic world, I would say, you know, and it's going to happen again. So anyways, that's how I started. And the realtor that was showing me around said, Evelyn, at the end of the day, you're going to be trading your time for dollars, just like you do at CVS. And your people are going to want to go on appointments to see homes at nights and weekends and holidays, which is what you want to, you know, be doing, staying home with your kids around that time. And so I said, well, what options you got for me? And she said, here, take a look, you know. And so she introduced me to this company and told me, you know, 3 to 5 people that you know, through them and their referrals, I can help you build an agency. Not have to know anything. You don't have to worry about it. Everything will be done for you until you learn how to do it on your own. And 3.5 years later, here I am. You know, I quit CVS over a year ago now, and I became a full broker with Primerica back in March of 2019, and haven't looked back. Love it.
Yay, awesome. So describe your ultimate vision for your business.
Well, you know, leading tons of people to create legacies for their family, as I have for mine, and really building multi-million-dollar businesses all around it. There's no company out there that can provide you. I mean, the system is set up. And so to me, the opportunity I have to not only be successful and create impact while providing income for my family, it's huge. And to bring other people with you, I think that's even more rewarding than doing it for yourself. So my vision is to really build a legacy for my own family and teach others to do the same for them, across many borders. With COVID, even though we've had all the struggles that people have had, it's opened up a lot of different ways of doing business. And so now, as we speak, I'm in 5 different states and just crossing some more. And that's the plan. That's the goal, impacting people, being a hero for others. I think there's far more power in empowering others than it is on just you fighting for yourself, So I love to take the opportunity to help others in the process.
I love that. And it's very true. Contribution and making an impact on other people. Yeah, you could have a great life, but what if you could spread that? And the legacy, I think that's super important. And that could go for generations and really help a lot of people. So what beliefs do you have that set you apart from your competition? And I'm a collaboration versus competition, but we all have different perspectives. So I'm curious what yours is.
So it's company-wise. I think that really there's no competition out there. Myself, but
hold on. Okay, so we had a little glitchy there for a second. Again, what beliefs do you have that set you apart from your competition?
Well, really, company-wise, the products that we offer are really second to none. We have a platform that allows me to help my clients in any possible way as far as finances go. So that, I think, in and itself, it's something that sets us apart from the competition. I can do investments, I can do insurance, I can do attorneys, I can do all kinds of things to make sure families are protected. So from that point of view, my platform gives someone a one-stop shop for all their financial needs. The fact that we can do stuff personally, we like the family touch and the personal touch. So we pride ourselves on being able to meet people in their own homes. And so we will do home delivery if we need to. With these circumstances we're living now, we're, committed to working through video conferencing tools that we have learned to use. But really what sets us apart is the fact that we can do the one-on-one. But then our mission, I think that's an even bigger product. A lot of people out there offer products and services like what I do. But I think the fact that I teach others, that I'm not there just for a sale, I'm there to empower the client, the person, so that they learn to take control of their own finances. Back in the day when I was in my 20s, we went to see somebody and we put our eggs in that basket that you suggested. Well, 18 years later, I realized it wasn't the right idea. And I could have had my money work for me a lot more if I had put those $10,000 when we started in a different vehicle. So those kinds of things, unless you really don't know what you're missing or what you don't know, so I think that's what sets us apart, the opportunity to help someone with pretty much no money build a business and a legacy for their own family. So that's huge. That's bigger than any product out there that I can offer you.
I love that.
So I think those set us apart.
Good. And it's awesome that you offer so many things. So what was the hardest thing to overcome when starting your business?
Well, realizing you have to learn something different. You have to get uncomfortable and learn to live being uncomfortable. This is not a traditional business. It's not a, you don't check in or check out. It is up to you. And so, the fear of the unknown and the fear of rejection, I guess, or the fear of going against the normal current, I think going against that is what's the hardest thing. Once you overcome that, you're successful here. Skills to do this business, really, anybody can do that. It's the heart of a champion, having that in you, what's going to make you succeed here. You know, I think that makes you or breaks you. I really think that that's the biggest key, you know, knowing that, you're stepping, it's just totally different. I was a pharmacist, you know, I never had to do anything that involves sales or anything like that. People will beg me for my stuff, you know, I didn't have to be out there, you know, and so it's just been an adjustment and learning to be different and not be afraid, you know, and the reality is cool is broke and weird is wealthy. And, you know, I'd rather be on the weird side than on the broke side.
I like that. Cool is broke and weird is wealthy. I love that. So this next question, I ask everybody, some people have it, some people don't. So do you have the support network of friends and family encouraging you to do this? You know, going from being a pharmacist, doing your own thing, you know, sometimes you get rejection, or is it something I'm doing no matter what? I don't care what anybody else says. I'm just curious.
So when I told you about CVS, you know, I was really fed up. I'm Christian based. I had 2 religious sacraments that my kids were going to go through one the same year. And I was working both those weekends, and my supervisor for the district is the one that approves the vacation, wouldn't want to give me the weekends off, or at least a Saturday, so I could be on my kids' sacrament. That's not something that I can just choose or change, you know. It was a big deal, and I was just so fed up. And it would take so little for me to start this business. We spend money on a purse. You know, doing your nails is more expensive than getting started here. So I figured I had nothing to lose. You know, I've been very, I don't know what you call that, risk. You know, I've always been like that. I think there is a quote I heard one time from Earl Nightingale. You know, most people tiptoe through life hoping to make it safely to death. And that's just not me. So for me, it was worth it to try it. My husband just thinks I'm crazy, but he supports me 100% of the way. And, you know, I don't think a lot of women have that blessing. You know, I think my family, although they don't always understand, they support me and they want me to be happy. And so they'll be behind me 100%. And, you know, that's my nucleus, I guess. You know, my father, at first he thought it was a crazy thing, but then he's seen how I've grown and what I'm doing and what's possible. And so now he supports me as well. My family back home, they all think I'm nuts. Why did I give up the quote unquote, the position, you know, whatever. Pharmacist, to them, that's a very good, glamorous thing. You know, to me, I'm just shoving pills in a bottle, you know. It's not
counting 2, 4, 6, 8, yeah.
And then having the liability of, God forbid, putting the wrong thing because you were not quick enough, you know. No, I was just having nightmares. I needed to move on, you know. But even for those people that do not have the support at home, this has become my family. You know, the lady I share offices here with, she doesn't benefit at all from anything I do. In fact, we're technically competitors, you know, technically we are. But yet I go out of town, she'll help my people. She goes out of town, I help her people. You know, we support. I belong to a hierarchy or a team of people that, you know, are there for each other no matter what. We do events together, we support each other. No matter what. I told you, they said to me, Evelyn, you don't have to know anything. You just sit me in front of people. I'll do the rest until you get comfortable enough to start on your own. And that's how and to this day, you know, if I call any of them and I say, hey, back me up, they will. So you'll have the support here. This is a very Christian company too. I love the fact that you put first, family second, and, you know, the business after. And that's how we all behave. That's how we all act, and we support each other. So I'm super excited. CVS, 20 some years. I don't even know the company CEO. Here, I came across some issue the other day, and I had the cell phone of the CEO of the company. I texted him. He responded to me within 30 minutes. I mean, where else do you have that kind of support? You know, that was huge to me. You know, something, I mean, I'm a tiny person, you know, there's over 130,000 agents in this company. I'm one of those. And he responded within 30 minutes. And he had one of his staff respond to me the next day after we talked that evening. You know, how crazy. So we definitely have support here.
That is awesome. That is awesome. So what is your favorite thing about your business?
The people, you know, it's really cool. I've always been on my own, and here I'm learning to be part of a team, or, you know, and it makes, I mean, you hear it, you know, a team makes the dream work, and it really is true. We push each other up. I mean, you bring people with you. You cannot win or get the type of success you talked about the rings when we met up the first, you know, you cannot get there without pushing people. And so that's, to me, that's really cool from the company perspective. And then personally, I mean, so many things, you know, but like in my own, like, it gives me the freedom to be and do whatever I want. So I can be there for my kids if I want to. I can take the day off whenever. I don't have a set schedule. You know, I had an aunt who had a back surgery 2 years ago. I could not have supported her the way I did if I had been at CVS. You know, I was still working at CVS, but I was part-time back then, so I could come and go a lot easier. But if I had been still the pharmacy manager like I was, I could. I mean, she was in the hospital for almost 3 months. And it was either my father and his wife that were there a couple of weeks at a time, or myself, because she was in the ICU for, I mean, she's not married and has no kids. So I flew away, you know, that freedom you don't get from a job.
No.
Where else, you know?
Yeah. Like this coaches summit is because everybody wants that. They want to design their life the way that they want to live it. And I love multiple things that you said. Yeah. You know, I bet that totally upset you about your kids' sacrament, or is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that would, you know, you can't do that over. And, you know, it happens one time, and yeah, I get you. So what inspires you? And what are you passionate about? And it doesn't have to be business.
Well, you know, touching people, inspiring people to do better and be better, to know that that you have to choose, that you have the power to choose how you feel at any given moment. You know, that you can make a change, and there is a way out. That, you know, that is the only thing that you really don't have any control of, you know, so to me, that's huge. Living a life of impact. I talked one time with somebody, and we were texting, and somebody said something, and I said significance. To me, that's a big word, you know, to leave a mark. You know, money comes and goes, really, but to know that you made somebody's life better, whether it was a smile in a store, I mean, anything, you know, that moves me. I mean, and, you know, business wise, I think, you know, it gives me an opportunity to do that, just to be a hero in somebody's lives. You know, last week, someone actually in the Pensacola area, their husband passed away from an accident. You know, we've done a policy for him. She didn't even know she had the policy. How crazy, you know? And we hear the statistics. I mean, you see it on TV. GoFundMe is the way of being nowadays. And that's no solution, you know, to the problem. So we make sure families learn, you know, how to protect themselves properly. Well, this lady, the statistics are you lose your home in your first year if you're not properly protected. 85% of widows lose their home in the first year.
Oh,
that's a statistic. And you know, that widow, she didn't even know she had that. Her husband had already protected her. She didn't even have a clue. And our company called the broker like me and said, hey, we think this happened. Check it out. And so that lady's life forever changed. We were a hero to her, how cool, so we can, Bible tells us, take care of widows and orphans. We can do that through this business, and really just empowering people so they take charge. But, creating a different, that's big to me, even a church, where I'm at, just making a difference. Yeah.
I love that. Yay. That is why you are here. So who inspires you?
Well, we talk about church, so definitely I think Jesus is he's out there, definitely not even close to him, but, he does leave everybody, and we're used to saying leave everybody better or treat everybody the way you want to be treated, but, that's not always true. You want to treat the other the way they want to be treated. We all have a sign, a flashing sign saying, make me feel special, and so, so that's, I think he does that. He did that, and he still does that. So to be able to really capture somebody's heart, I think he inspires me for that reason. And really the company founder, how crazy. He was a high school football coach, and he got so upset at what happened to his own family, his mother and dad, and that he changed this whole country's industry. The whole financial services industry got changed because of that one guy who decided to take a stand in the world, just a lot like Jesus, if you ask me, different ways, but same way. So to have the courage to really take a stand for what you really believe in, I think that's why they inspire me.
Awesome. Yay. Okay, so one last question. If you could leave one tip or one golden nugget for the people listening, it was the only thing that you could tell them and your only chance to say it, what would that be?
Well, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. And I think to me, it's a lot more scary to not live because I'm afraid to make that shot, so just try it. You have nothing to lose by jumping, and you'll find yourself have the wings to fly if you just try. It really doesn't matter whether you decide to do my business or somebody else's. Just decide to be you, choose you, over anybody else. And then everything else will fall into place.
Yay! That's a great tip. So is there anything else that you would like to share before we talk about the giveaway?
Well, as far as this business goes, it's just given me an opportunity to grow, I think, personally as well, and business-wise, so easy opportunity to get started and build something that you can be proud of. But really, if you're listening, you have some kind of itch, somewhere that's, there's something off, something's wrong, so just jump, I was listening to Tony Robbins the other day, and he was talking about how hard it is for us to decide, and sometimes we just overthink it too much. Look, make the decision, do it quick. If it's not the right one, you'll know, and now so move on to the next one. And you keep trying. It's trial and error, Yes, we might get bruised sometimes, and who knows, the road is never going to be a straight one, and it's not going to be easy, but it's going to be worth it. So,
and if you never decided to try, then you're never going to know, and you might have that just living with regret. It's like, dang, I wish I would have tried. I wish I would have done it. at least like you said, if you make the decision and you go that way and fall on your face, well, okay, maybe that wasn't the way to go, but you're fine. Get right back up and go there. Yeah.
We're so afraid of falling in society. Society teaches us that it's wrong or bad, but we all grew up not even knowing how to walk. When my kids would start walking, they all fell, and I never really jumped on them and said, don't do it again. We kept encouraging them. And now as we grow up, we're afraid. I mean, it doesn't make sense to me. We should know that that's just part of growing. And it doesn't kill you, There's so many dreams that die with people, and never pursue them, never did anything because they were afraid. So I think just trying it. I mean, it's not going to hurt, and you might surprise yourself,
Yeah. So Miss Evelyn is going to give away this little book called How Money Works. And I have to tell you this little story. So it must have been 1993 or 1994. I had a couple Primerica guys come and talk to me. And I thought this book, and it's just called something different now. I thought this book was so amazing. I still have it 25 years later. I want you to really go through and all we're saying is just send her an email, ask for the book. But really, this book is just amazing, and I kept it on my shelf, not in a box, for 27 years. So, and that is the same company that she works for now, and I think it's super funny that I still have that book, but I thought it was super powerful, and it taught, just this is called Common Sense. It's called something different now, but I highly encourage you to send Miss Evelyn an email and get a copy of this book. And it'll be digital, and so, and you can also get the real one. But, so Miss Evelyn, if they wanted, so they could go to do you want them to go to your website also? And then, just the email is how you're going to get the boit.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, they can certainly visit my webpage, which is primerica.com//etejada, Tejada. And you can just browse a little bit about who we are. The material that I'll send to you guys, I will need an email sent to me, and it's to Evelyn P.Tejada@primerica.com. So it's EVELYN P as in Peter .Tejada TEJADA @primerica.com. And really, it's just common sense principles that we all need to know. It really doesn't matter whether you join my team or not, whether you decide to go a different route. The stuff that I can teach you is going to set you apart financially no matter what. We can talk about doing a financial needs analysis. We can look at all kinds of different things to help you set yourself in a path that will make sure you land financially free. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter how much you make. There's people that make six figures that are not, self-sufficient. So it's really at the end of the day, what matters is what you get to keep. So this book, along with some of the tips that we can talk about if you want to, are going to help you plan better so that you can budget and learn how to make sure that you keep a lot more in stock for you.
Yep, it's what you keep. Awesome. So one more time, the email, and just say, do you want to say free book on the email subject matter, or how do you want them to say that? Free book?
Sounds perfect. Yes.
Okay, so it's EVELYNP, as in Peter, like she said, .Tejada, so TEJADA @primerica.com. So it's PRIMERICA.com. And I personally highly recommend you getting that book. And, wouldn't it be awesome to, have all of your financial situation taken care of? And so find out what they're doing. This company's been around for a long time. What does that say? February 10th, 77?
Yes, ma'am.
77 on that poster behind her.
Yes.
So definitely, finances, and you want to set yourself up to where you don't have to worry about money. So I highly encourage you to send Miss Evelyn an email and ask for that book. And I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you very much, Miss Evelyn, for being here and
thank you so
sharing
much,
your
Robyn.
story. And so share this message, share this video with anybody that needs to hear it, or basically everybody does. So share the video, share the message. Let's get all of our ducks in a row financially. And so we don't, so we're set up basically. So we get to, retire with some money and not rely on Social Security, because it might not be there. Might not be there for, a lot of us. So anyways, thank you very much. We appreciate you, and we'll talk to you later.